Are you scouting correctly? Not that there's a wrong way to scout, but in my opinion, what up, y'all? I'm gonna go do some shed hunting. I'm looking for some antler, and I'm also looking for some deer signs. So this could be a mix between scouting, ground hunting, all that stuff. So stay tuned and welcome to Flatlander. All right, y'all, for the scouting side of things, anytime I'm moving through an area, like this is when I'm doing my scouting right here, right? There's a rub right here. Look at that, there's another rub right there. This is just ate up with good buck sign in here. This is basically like old pasture that's grown up. That's a hackberry tree right there. I'm paying attention to all these little signs. Not only that, as I move through that area, I'm kind of moving quickly because I'm wanting to cover ground and try to find antlers. And at the same time, I'm picking up, little pieces of sign like these rubs. That was probably in the rut sometime. And y'all, there's a road that's 100 yards right back here behind me. I'm right off of the road, and I've already jumped some deer. When you jump deer, take note of that. Go over there and go look at why those deer were bedded right there. More than likely, they were kind of up on a little rise, had the wind at their back, and they could see me coming out in front of them. Always keep that in mind, no matter what you're hunting or how you're hunting. Most animals will lay down. There's another rub right there. That's 3 within 40 yards of each other. Most animals will bed down with the wind at their back, and they'll be looking out in front of them where they can't smell. Okay, so always keep that in the back of your mind. All right, check this out. This is more sign just down the trail from those rubs. There's a scrape right here, and there's a scrape right there. See that? I bet there's another one. Yep, look at that. There's another one right here on this tree. This is a good scrape right here. So you can tell, guys, look, here's the lick limb, and there's the scrape, okay? This is a perfect area that I would try to set up somewhere in here to try to do some hunting. See how none of this is very big trees? I can't tree stand hunt this stuff anyway. I would much rather be on the ground and work this area through on the ground and just use the wind in my favor. So we're right on the edge of a buck's territory right here. I hope we can find his antlers. But that's the kind of stuff you want to look for. That's a huge scrape right there. And they're still using it, matter of fact, right now. Well, you know what they say. If you find a helium balloon in the woods, you'll find a tree stand hunter. Oh, I cracked myself up. Look at this, y'all. Massive scrape here. This buck is just destroyed. this. Look at this. The road is right there. I think up on this hillside, right up against this private property, there's probably going to be a few beds. There's a buck right there. A wind is blowing right up in there right now. Meh. Meh. I could have popped that little dude. Right now is when you need to take a note, okay? You saw where all those deer came from right over here to my left. I mean, they're still bouncing around out through there. I'm fixing to go walk through that whole area. I can't hunt it for another 9 months, y'all. So those deer are all in this area for a reason, right? I'm gonna take note of that. This would be an area that I would come in here. I would get the wind right, get right up against the road or this private property, and I would sit here on the ground and wait for an ambush situation. And if I see deer moving on a certain trail, all those deer were on the same route over here. We're gonna go over there and I'm gonna show it to you. So they're gonna travel that route because they feel safe on it all the time. If you set up on that trail, on the ground, get up against some of these trees and get a good backdrop, it's a perfect scenario. See this trail? That's where those deer were earlier. We got private property right here. Man, I wouldn't be afraid to set up on the ground somewhere like this. Those deer are traveling right through here. Well, found my first shed. This one looks like from last year. Nice little 8. All bucks. A couple of them don't have antlers, but most of them do. And they all did. So they're not dropping quite yet. That one might have dropped. Let's go see where they were bedded. So I can show you guys. I was just looking at this. Look at this grape right here, man. It's giant. I don't know exactly what they like right here. Somebody might have had some salt right here. There's another one right there. But so just so you know, guys, the wind is blowing like right, kind of cutting across like this. And they were bedded right in here in these jack canes, right up in there. So let's go over there and we'll see where they're bedded. The wind was kind of in my face, so they actually saw me coming up and spooked and ran off. If this was a hunting situation, I would have come in at a little bit different angle. But I'm just trying to cover country and find these little spots where hopefully there's a pair of deer antlers. Look at these tracks. Coming in, going. So they use this little drainage right here a lot. One of them was bedded right here. He was looking this direction with the wind blowing right at his back. Look, there's another little bed right here, looking out over this open field with the wind at its back. I mean, what a great spot. I don't see any shed antlers though. That sucks. All right, y'all, I'm out here shed hunting / scouting. Here's one thing that I want to tell you. So this is exactly what I just did. This is a brand new area. I've never been to this spot at all. Hadn't laid foot in here, right? So the wind is blowing at my face right now, right? It's blowing into these woods. And I came around and I got the wind left to right, and I ended up bumping some deer right here. Well, y'all, I just came up and found, you see that right there? My first shed today. The truck is parked up on the hill up here, and I ain't been in, I'm not out here half a mile. That's a good little buck too, man. Heck yeah. It's not a bad little deer. That's fresh. Right on. I'm gonna keep hiking. So this is what you guys should be doing right now, y'all. Get out there, go hike through an area. Don't be afraid to walk through it as fast as you can and blow deer out, and then go check out that area. That's a good buck. He's gonna be a great buck this year. This is all public land. New spot, I've never been here. Okay, the information that I'm about to lay on you, these are just my opinions, y'all. And I'm just kind of talking to you as I'm walking through here shed hunting. Are you scouting correctly? Not that there's a wrong way to scout, but in my opinion, this is the way scouting should go, okay? I'm out here shed hunting, perfect time of year to be out shed hunting and scouting for your deer, okay? I believe you don't have a tag in your hand or anything, so there's no risk at blowing deer out at the current stage in time frame we are, with it being the 1st of March, okay? The first week of March. Now, why not go out there and learn your area now? All of the vegetation is dead. You can see the trails, you can see everything, y'all. And not only that, you can find where these deer are bedding, and when there's cover, they're gonna bed kind of in the same spots. So when you're moving into an area, don't be afraid to cover as much ground as you possibly can, okay? Move through there as fast as you can, and we want to be bumping deer so that we can go learn why they are there and what they are, because you're liable to find one of these. And that's the kind of sign that you're looking for. Not only the rubs and the scrapes and, you know, the tracks and the beds and all that, but we're actually looking for deer also. Don't be afraid of bumping those deer out of the areas right now, because we have another 6 months before we get to hunt them. So they're gonna calm down and come right back to this spot. Not only that, if you're a trail camera guy, you know exactly where to put the stuff up now. You might as well put it up now and start getting that deer movement on camera so that you can predict the times that you need to be hunting. This is literally how fast I'm moving through these areas. I'm scanning and I'm looking and I'm paying attention to any of these little thick spots. I'll glass up in front every now and then to see if I can see some deer, but I'm really paying attention to any deer that are running out there, and then I'm gonna go to their spot and see why they were there. It's a good little area. All right, y'all. I just found another shed. This looks like a pretty good one. Look at that crazy stuff. Wow. This is from last year. Look at that, crazy. It's got all kind of little kickers and stuff. That's a good shed. Heck yeah. Me. Number 3 shed today. It's a little bitty one. It's old. Old. Heck yeah. This is where all those deer were just a second ago. Keep on looking. I like this new area. I wish I'd find me a big giant shed. That's what I want. Like a big old 160. Y'all ain't gonna believe this shed right here. Sick deer. I hope I can find his other side, but you are not gonna believe how this antler is hanging in a tree, man. I mean, he just popped this sucker off. It's a good looking deer too. All right, I'm gonna turn the camera around. I've just been bebopping through, anticipating in this short grass right here on this edge that there would be, there's a pretty good field out here to this side. And I was just thinking, I was like, man, they've got to be working this edge right here. Y'all, look at that dude right there. You see it? That is sick. I swear I did not put that there. That is awesome. Look at that, man. Freaking fresh brownie right there in the tree. That is so cool, man. How many of y'all have found a shed hanging in a tree like that? That is so freaking cool right there. And that's a great shed. Leave me a comment below. What's the coolest way you guys found a shed? Send me an email of the picture at flatlanderhunt@yahoo.com. Let's check this dude out. Oh yeah, that's a good buck, y'all. Look at that dude. Nice and dark horn, pretty heavy, man. Decent little brow tine. He's gonna be a great buck next year. This is the kind of sign that you're looking for, you guys. Look, there's a scrape right here also. Like, now I've really got to keep my eyes peeled for this other antler. Look at this scrape right here. It is pretty much fresh. Like, they've still been digging at it. Look at that lick limb. It's as big around as my finger, y'all. Like, this is a really good sign right here. Really good buck. We're gonna keep going. All right, got another one. This one's decent. Old one. Last year. Dang, look. I bet that's the same buck. How much do you want to bet? Look at that same curl right here. What do y'all think? Y'all think that's the same buck? Sure does look like it. See this little dip in this field? This is actually a terrace. It's a grown-up terrace. I'm gonna walk it down and then come back up this other terrace this way. Those bucks like to travel down these because they got plenty of cover running through here. We're just covering ground, y'all. Making note of all the places that I like and that I find antlers or a good scrape or a rub line, something like that. Beautiful day. Collecting some bone today. Okay, I've been duped out here in this spot before. I glassed this thing up. I don't really want to show where I'm at. But I've been duped out here before. This one looks like it's real. It is. Oh, hilarious. It's a good one. Good little 8. All right, cool. I've picked up a decoy antler before out here. That's why I was like, I bet it's the decoy antler. All right, that's cool. Man, I think I'm averaging about 1 antler per mile. That's pretty damn good. I'm gonna keep trucking. Unbelievable amount of deer. Unbelievable how many deer there are. There's gotta be 100 in this patch of trees right here. Unreal. I saw some bucks with horns on, but then I also saw some with none. So hopefully we'll be able to find some antlers. And look how tore up this is. This is all from wild hogs, y'all. This is not plowed by a farmer. That is all done by wild pig. Unbelievable. Not a bad day. Pretty good. That's a decent buck right there. Need to find his daddy. Not too bad. Hey, y'all better get out there and get after it. No excuses. If you want to be a ground public land bow hunter, you got to get out there and you got to put in the work. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little scouting / shed hunting video. Hopefully you learned something, and let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. See ya.